Episode 3685, Your Yes Makes All the Difference.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Guess what? It's Friday. Oh, yes, it is. Come on. You got to be excited about it. Just when I say that word, right? Yay. You're like, oh, yeah, relief. There's something about it. But you know, it's confession day, so you should have that relief anyway. Your yes makes all the difference. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. It's Confession Day, and I don't know if you looked at the calendar. Can you believe we're already into May of 2025? Call me crazy, but that's how it is. That's where we're at. And, you know, yesterday it was all about May Day, right? So flowers. I didn't bring you flowers. I'm so sorry. It was also the National Day of Prayer here in the United States. And I think a lot of us walk around sometimes as parents going, what can I do differently? How can I stand out more for my children? And as we begin navigating the many decisions that shape our children's lives, we have that realization that, well, there's a constant challenge. We're facing stuff that we didn't ever think we would have to. I mean, me growing up, wanting to be a mom and then becoming a mom after getting married and having 5 children, and now we have 2 little minis, our grandbabies. It's one of those things where I didn't think I'm going to have to deal with technology. I'm going to have to deal with self-esteem issues at the age of 18 months to 3 years old. Like, ridiculous. I'm just saying, right? But that's the world we live in. And we go from that to setting boundaries to granting permissions. We carry the weight of molding our children into responsible, compassionate individuals, right? We want them to be kind. We want them to be productive when they go out and impact the world that they touch. But amidst this huge sea of no's, your yes makes all the difference. And it's not the yes that you think I'm talking about. For every moment we have to say no, whether it's a request for a late night sleepover or an extra scoop of ice cream, or can I have this sweet treat, or hey, can I have that soda pop? There is an opportunity to say yes in a different way. It's more than just the answer. It's about the attention we pay to our children. What we are giving them. Do we see them? Do we hear them? Our children are surrounded by friends and teachers and mentors and family. But our yes holds a unique power. It signifies that we see them, that we hear them, and that we value their wants and needs. Mom, I'm sitting here telling you that when you are looking at your child's eyes, you are seeing more. And they are seeing more than what you're saying. And that's really hard to say multiple times. They are seeing more than what you're saying. That's why your yes makes all the difference. It's about being present in their lives in a way that goes beyond permission or denial. Now, I get it. We need to say no at times because we need to set those boundaries. We need to say, nope, that's going too far. You can't do that. Why do you think we have rules in the country that we live in, the country that you live in, right? The state that you live in? You have rules and regulations. For example, driving. Every state is different on the age of driving. I had my license at the age of 14, not my permit, my actual license. Now, I was in not the typical state of everybody else. I lived in Hawaii. I guess maybe they figured that, you know what, the worst thing that could happen, you're just going to drive into the water. And then, you know what, there's not very many places you can go, just in a big, huge circle. So maybe that's why they did it. But truly, in reality, we have those boundaries for a reason. But no isn't always why our children need to pay attention to us. It's our yeses to how we're seeing them so they can hear what we're saying to them. Whoa. I know. That's a lot to take in on a Friday. I get it. In fact, sometimes I have to go listen to myself talk because I'm like, that was really good. I need to say that again. But it's in the moment. So you just have to go with the moment. So hit that 10-second rewind. Make sure you're subscribed here because, you don't want to miss those moments. And it's those moments where we ask ourselves, how can we, as really great parents, we want to be better, ensure that our yes is truly impactful beyond the words themselves. You have to see so they achieve. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. You got to see so they achieve. Keep in mind, this has nothing to do with being the best or perfect or having received awards and recognition in life. For example, them at school and what they're doing in sports or fine arts or whatever it is, what they're doing in English class. No, it's all about how you recognize their presence so they know you are present. Okay, let me try and say that again. Here we go. Let's see if I can remember what I said. It's all about how you recognize their presence so they know you are present. Because what happens? We're too much on our phones. We're too busy. We get distracted. Literally, just I think it was 2 nights ago, I was having a conversation with my daughter. And as we were talking, I noticed, literally, I had this conversation in my head as I'm listening to her, having a conversation with her. And every once in a while, I would just kind of like spout off something to recognize. And I'm thinking, why did I just do that? And then I found myself doing something else. And I'm like, okay, I know I've got a lot on my plate, but who's talking to you right now? And I don't have those moments all the time, but this was a moment that I recognized. And I'm like, whoa, 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 slow down here, mama. You got to pay attention. Your daughter is right in front of you. You're having a conversation. And if you think that what you're saying is more important because you're saying it, even if it has nothing to do with the conversation, and it really didn't. Yes, she understood or something happened. And so I would make a comment to it, like the dog would move. We have a senior dog. Remember our English bulldog? Yes, Rhino. Well, he would do something. So I might comment to that. Or something would go off or the phone would ring. Oh, that's your dad. I'll call him back. Why did I even have to say that? None of that really needed attention, but she did. Your yes makes all the difference. The yes that you're present, so you know that you're present and that they know that you see their presence. And we miss the mark so many times on that. And we wonder why we don't know what's going on with our kids. We are as preoccupied as they are. We are as quote unquote bored as they are because we're always trying to find something. Thank you, good old Facebook and Instagram and all the others that a scroll, a reel. We are now down to less than a goldfish of an attention span. That is utterly ridiculous. But I know you want to be a better parent than a goldfish. Okay, maybe that's a great quote. Seriously, sometimes I crack myself up. I hope you're laughing with me because I'm not calling you a goldfish, but I'm raising the attention to this. You got to see so they achieve. Because otherwise you're going to miss the mark. And yes, your yes makes all the difference. So what does it look like in real life when we put this into practice of saying, yes, I want to pay attention. Just like you were having that conversation with your daughter, Christiane, I want to be able to know, look into their eyes and say, yes, you matter to me. And that's number 1, be present. Put down the daggum phone. Step away from the screen. Give your child your full attention. Engage in meaningful conversations, meaning ask questions. Don't just sit there and like shake your head and nod like, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. And then however many minutes goes by and you're like, what the heck did I just nod my head to? I have no idea. And then you're wondering why you missed something. Well, Mom, I told you a couple days ago. Yeah, okay, maybe that's when I was nodding my head. Look them in their eyes. Listen actively and show that you are there for them in mind, body, and spirit. Because let me remind you, your body language speaks more than your words. So if your eyes are kind of going off to the side because you're kind of looking at what's on the news, because you just have to always have the news on and you're watching the bottom, or maybe your eyes are going to your old senior dog, or maybe it's like you're looking over your shoulder going, I've got that pot of boiling water. Well, so long as the boiling water isn't at the tippy top and nothing's in it, you probably don't have much to worry about in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, depending upon how much boiling water is in the pot and how big the pot is, right? If you've got a 8-quart pot, you could go a long time with that water boiling. What I'm here to remind you, your child is more important than that boiling water. Don't pretend that you are paying attention when you might be drifting off into another iCloud. Seriously. We can't be up there. We got to be down here. We got to be grounded. Be present. Be present. Number 2, empathize. We might be great at giving sympathy, but that's weak. We've got to understand that our child's requests, no matter how small or trivial or even how big they may seem, they're important to them, so they should be important to us as their parent. So empathize with their feelings, recognize them, honor them, validate their experiences, and show that you care about what matters to them. I don't care if you're not interested in a robot that they're building, but in that moment, you better be all in. There are sometimes my son comes down. He's working on his master's degree, and he'll be telling me about his thesis and what he's working on, and I'm like, over my head. But I do get a few things. But that doesn't stop me from actually paying attention and asking some basic questions. Because guess what? He wants to tell me more. Why? Because I'm present and I'm paying attention and I'm empathizing with him. I'm seeing him for where he's at in the moment of his day as we're having this conversation. Ensure your child knows that you understand how they feel. Because if you don't, once again, we're missing the mark. And we wonder and we scratch our head, how did I miss that in crazy situations that happen? And I know I'll let your imagination go. I'm not going to talk about it or bring it up, but let your imagination go there for a moment. If we're not empathizing, we're missing. We're missing them. So number 1, be present. Number 2, empathize. Number 3, connect. Look for opportunities to bond with your child, whether it's through shared activities, going out for an ice cream cone. I mean, you don't even have to spend money. Maybe it's going to the park and walking your dog. Quality time together, right? Or simply being there when they need you. Just sitting there and having conversation. You've got to establish a solid foundation of trust and understanding that extends beyond mere responses and resonates on a deeper level. You got to connect. And that means sometimes you have to like what they like. And if you don't understand what they're trying to tell you, ask more questions. What does that do? It connects you more. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to understand everything, right? If your son or daughter comes home and they're in medical school and they're saying, oh yeah, we did this experiment. It was based on this. And, we had to do this. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's over my head. I got this part, but I didn't get this part. That's okay. Ask questions. Why? It helps them speak out what they learned, which means what? If you teach it, you've learned it. And then it becomes a part of them, and then it becomes a part of you all. And so the next time you see your child, your baby, right, who's now in medical school, you can say, oh, by the way, what happened during this class? What did Professor so-and-so, what did Dr. so-and-so say? How did it turn out? Curiosity brings and breeds connection. So I want you to think about how you connect with your children. What techniques and strategies do you use? And you're like, Christiane, I'm lucky that I get up in the morning, get them out the door, get them to their activities, pick them back up, etc. Home, we have dinner, and then we're back in bed again. I get that, but I'm stretching you here a little bit. You're made for more as a mama. You're made for more as a dad. So it's time for us to step into that. Because ultimately, it's not about always saying yes, but about making your yes meaningful. That yes has impact. That yes is saying, I'm present and here with you. And by recognizing the power of attention over answers, you can truly make a difference in your children's lives. You'll change their lives while you change yours. So the next time you're faced with a request, remember that your yes makes all the difference. A powerful tool for what? Connection, compassion, and this huge heart connection of your love. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.